Hey, welcome to Freedo, Journey to Freedom. So, myself and Bob, we created Freedo back in 2010. Bob was my spiritual martial arts teacher over 30 years ago, and we've both been on this journey called life, and this kind of search for something, and I'm calling that freedom. It's not that we ever maybe necessarily reach freedom, but it's the journey. It's going on that journey towards freedom, towards more freedom. And freedom is one of those things that in Freedo is what freedom means to you as an individual. It's about your personal freedom. Freedom to one person may be different to what freedom is to another person. So Freedo is all about finding your individual, looking for, searching for your individual meaning of freedom in your life, and only you know that. So we use these cards in Freedo. There's 25 cards. We created 25 steps in Freedo. The journey of Freedo is 25 steps. Each step is one of these cards. Okay, so we've got our main symbol on the back of Freedo, which is this spiral. You can see it's a spiral with the colours going around like this. This has a meaning. If you're interested in going into more depth, you can do the training of Freedo. We'll go into more depth, but just for now, that has a meaning, a powerful meaning. And then there's 25 different cards. They're all hand painted. They've all got specific meanings, and they each have a process attached to them. So the way the process works is that there's 3 parts to the process of each card. So the one part is a reading. It's a bit like a tarot oracle reading, something like this, where you do a reading with a card. You would choose a subject to work on, right? A subject might be money, finance, work. It might be a part of your life, your relationship, your love life, your school life, your career. It could be something like this. So you would choose something you want to look at. You want to find maybe more freedom within. We use what we call symbols in Freedo, the power of symbols. A symbol can be anything you choose. It could be money, can be a symbol. Anything that has a meaning, which is everything, is called a symbol. So any word you might choose is a symbol. And in Freedo, we're learning to use the power of that symbol. So the power of money, the power of fear, the power of love, the power of relationships, the power of health, the power of body. So we're learning to use the power of the symbol that we're choosing to look at. Communication, using the power of communication. Okay, so there's these lovely cards. So the readings is the first part in each card. So if you look at free play on our website, free play is free. It's got all 25 card videos on there, and it's got the 3 processes on there. You can have a reading. So the reading would be a bit like an oracle reading, where I would read you the card and you would relate some of that information to the symbol or the word that you've chosen, the subject you've chosen to explore. And that information that I give, the card gives you, will be maybe useful. There'll be something maybe new. You'll be able to look at your subject, your word, your symbol in a different way. It will give you some new realizations, perhaps some new information. It might just activate something in yourself, and you might see that later on in the week or in the day coming out in somehow. The next part within the process would be a journey. That's another thing you can do. You don't have to do them in order. They're 3 different things. A reading is very good just to have a reading whenever you want, 10-minute reading. When you're feeling a bit like, I need help, I need to have some more freedom within some part of my life. The journey is another part of the process, and the journey is much deeper. So the journey is where you would go much deeper. We've got different exercises in there. We've got mind exercises and body exercises. So we go a lot deeper, still exploring your symbol that you've chosen, the word you've chosen, the subject you've chosen, exploring it more deeply. So if your subject was something like, bicycle, riding a bike, because that's where you want more freedom with, you're learning to ride a bicycle, then you would go to a mind exercise to understand more about how to ride that bike. Maybe there's something you're missing. There's normally something missing. That's why maybe you're getting stuck, or maybe there's some motivation or some confidence you need. You know, so the first part, the mind exercise, will help you look at your situation in many different ways and give you different answers. Then we go into a body exercise, and the body exercise is to embody that information. It's a bit like if you were to learn to go swimming, you know, the mind exercise would teach you all about how to swim, but obviously, you know, you wouldn't be able to swim still just with your mind knowledge. You've got to go in the water with your body. And that's the same with anything in life. You have to physically go into something so your body can learn what it's all about as well. So that's the second part. So the journey is quite deep. It's a longer session. It might take an hour. Finally, we have the third element of each card. Each process is called a ritual. And these are designed to embody everything in Freedo. If you just did the rituals, that would be enough. You'd see what would happen. And the rituals are like a bit like active meditations, some people have called them. And they're all different. Each card has its own unique ritual. Some is maybe shaking, some is breath work, some is kinesiology, some is stretching, some is dance. They're all different. They're all designed for specific purposes, to develop, you know, different parts of our abilities, but also, most importantly, to tune our mind and body into our symbol that we're working with, so we can learn to actually be able to use the power of our symbol, you know, to enhance our life. So that's what the rituals are designed, that you can do them daily. You can do them on a train, a plane, in bed at night. You know, when you're going to bed, when you're waking up in the morning, when you're having lunch, when you're watching TV. They're designed as a daily ritual, and it's like practicing. And the more you practice, the more powerful you become, being able to use that power of that symbol. It's amazing. So enjoy it. We've got 6 different ways of coming onto Freedo. Although they're the same 25 cards, the same process, there's different ways of joining Freedo, playing Freedo. And that is, you can play free play, which is you come online, everything's there. You can do it at home on your own with friends. That's really cool to do it with another person, with your partner, with friends. And you can just do that by yourself anytime, any day. It's all videoed. So I'm just there guiding you through each process. And another way is you can come onto one of our international retreats. We have several a year. The retreats are fun. They're normally in really cool places. And we have Freedo sessions, you know, throughout the day and sometimes in the evening. And we mix that up a bit, and it becomes quite enjoyable with a beautiful group of people. That's a really great way of doing Freedo. Another way is coming onto one of our interactive group webinars. So we'll have, you know, several people, sometimes less or more, and we'll be going through the journey together as in a group webinar live. So it's just like this. We'll be talking to each other. I'll be guiding you through. We do workshops, which is in face-to-face. So we would have a hall or a studio where we would come and do usually a half a day or a day's workshop where we'll do 1 or 2 journeys. We've also got one-to-one sessions. If you want to go a lot deeper and it's more personal, you might choose a one-to-one session with me or another Freedo guide or Freedo guru. And finally, you might want to do the training. That's another way of going even deeper into Freedo, where you do the training. That's another level altogether, because to learn more is to learn to teach. That's when you learn even more. So feel free to look at the training we offer. Anyone can do it. It's an amazing training. You can almost learn on the job. As you're coming on and doing Freedo, you're actually doing the training at the same time. Even if you don't know it, you're actually completing some of the training as soon as you're doing Freedo. So check that out. That's really cool. And with the training, you can either do it just as a learning for yourself, or you can take it further and make it your profession. You know, you can do readings, you can do journey rituals in workshops. You can do one-to-one sessions online, on the phone. You can hold retreats. You can come onto our retreats and become, you know, co-coordinator. So the training can expand yourself if you want to make it more as a part-time or a full-time career. So enjoy the website, enjoy Freedo, And like we always say, remember, keep living the dream.